You know what? I think I have lost some body fat.
I think so.
I think that it really
You're
is.
4 pounds down. I know that like could potentially be water, but yeah, look at that.
Today is a big one, day 1, and I got hit immediately with a horrible cramp. So today we spent pretty much just huddled over a hot water bottle, and even though that was a little bit frustrating because I had wanted to hit a workout really hard today, I think that instead of putting everything off and just saying, I'll start on Monday, what I'm doing instead is I'm going to focus on planning. I'm gonna focus on the execution of things that I can do. We're gonna go and we're gonna get everything printed off for my nutrition and my workout. I'm going to print my nutrition off and put it right on the fridge. That way I know what's in my meals, everyone in my household knows what's in my meals, and that way there's no question of like what I can and cannot eat. We are going to do my measurements. Week 1 is done. Week 1 is done. Got to turn the furnace off. All right, I am 1 week into my prep and so far feeling fantastic. I have been hydrating. There have been a few things that I have not been nailing. I definitely need to be more consistent with my food tracking. This week, I think I did really well making sure that I was very much prioritizing my protein. I've been a big fan of chicken that is pre-cooked. You just gotta warm it up. I know it's probably not the best for me, but right now that's what's practical for me. This week I cut out so much of the extra crap food that I was eating, like the baking, a lot of the treats, like Dairy Queen Blizzards and donuts from Save On Foods. But I've cut all that out and I already am feeling so much more energy. I'm realizing what an impact those blood sugar highs and lows were having on my energy. And honestly, it feels freeing to know that the sugar isn't really commanding me anymore. I have way less cravings. And I was in a place before where I was slamming flats of Oreos. So this is good. This is all very good. I do need to make sure that I'm tracking more in that I'm not weighing necessarily every single thing that I should be eating, which I will be getting better with as I get closer to competition. Right now what I'm doing is I'm allowing myself the room to take 1 step at a time. So like I said, cutting out all that crap food, making sure that I'm definitely getting enough hydration, definitely getting enough sleep, and definitely getting enough protein have been the big focuses this week. In phase 2 is going to be when I'm focusing on really buckling down and starting to track everything, weigh everything. Right now, it's already going to be such a huge improvement for me just making the changes that I already mentioned. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not overloading myself. There's just no need for it. The way that I prefer to do these preps is just to like enjoy myself. And I know some people really enjoy being really meticulous with their numbers, but it's just not, I don't. As somebody who doesn't really like to track, I kind of just don't worry about it until I have to. I will say I do have the opportunity to kind of eyeball things because I spent years and years learning what the content of food is. If you've never tracked food, it's definitely worth it because it is gonna give you a good idea about what you're actually eating. I think a lot of people are often surprised, like fats and proteins and carbs. It might be different than you might be imagining, but I digress. I've also noticed that my skin and my hair has been so much better. Don't judge me, my hair is still drying a little bit. I was supposed to wait a little bit longer to film this, but I got excited. I feel fantastic just cutting out the sugar, drinking more water, getting more sleep. All of the things that are conducive to weight loss and to muscle gaining or muscle maintenance are all the same things that are conducive to like looking like a hottie. I accidentally wrote it twice, but I'm gonna mention it twice anyway. The energy, you guys, the energy, just not having that crap running through my system. It's just hard, I think, for your body to digest things that it really shouldn't be having, and it knows it. I feel like my body's just not spending the time digesting bad stuff, and instead I just have that time to like wake up and be excited to make my bed in the morning. Little stuff like that where it's not necessarily like, yes, my lifts have been fantastic. I'm noticing more ease of life in other areas as well. I want to make sure that as I go through this bodybuilding journey, I'm always making sure that it's pro health and pro Kendall soul. Even though I'm prepping, I want to make sure that I'm still enjoying and getting the most out of every other aspect of my life as well. Tomorrow, I am going to be doing my updates again, so I will put the information here or somewhere. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit that yet, but we'll see. I don't have any particular expectations. Again, I'm not really getting crazy into the numbers right now. We're kind of just getting ourselves acclimatized to the prep. if that makes sense. And then that's the way I like to do it. So if you have a goal that you're really excited about, that's quite a large goal, totally take it one step at a time. I'm literally trying to compete to become a professional athlete. And I'm like, shh, one step at a time. I believe in it that much. I'm not trying to be cavalier at all. I just do think that that's going to be the most productive way to do anything. The reason that I wanted to put together this series is to give you guys a look into what bodybuilding is to me. I think that there's a lot to the sport that people might not realize that I think is kind of like beautiful and gritty, and I'm excited to show you guys. I really look forward to having this excuse to share a little bit of myself with you guys, you know, outside of bodybuilding. The little fit is very important, but the Kendall is also something that I'm excited to share with you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, just here we go. Enjoy the ride. Thank you so much to my Patreon members. I can't believe it. I'm like a whole grown-up YouTuber now. I got a Patreon. Thank you. Thank you to my Little Fit Legends over on Patreon. I look forward to posting more behind-the-scenes content over there. Take care of yourself. Go get yourself a glass of water, and we will see you next time.